We're going to take a look now at the at-risk profile in TrackEd. Before we do that, we're just going to pull up our at-risk group. So we've done that by adding a tag before. We did a failing in one or more subject search, and I've tagged an at-risk term 1 and an at-risk term 2 here. So I'm just going to pull up my at-risk term 2s by clicking on the tag, finding this tag within the cohort. So that's now bringing up 11 students who are considered at risk by whatever standards that we've put in and put that into that tagged group. So what we're going to do now is go back to the profile, and on the profile page under the display options here, I'll just bring that to the top, in the purple area, earlier on we had a look at the 2-page print that was here. There are a couple of other options as well you might like to explore, but the one we're going to look at now is the at-risk profile. And this is an alternative profile. It's a 1-page view, and it shows the last 4 reporting periods. It shows concerns, teacher strategies, and a spot for comments and progress update. Underneath we have action plans and actions complete. Okay, so it is possible to manually enter by clicking on the concerns here and checking these boxes. It's possible to do the same with teacher strategies. So these are preset lists, and then we have a free text box over here for anything that hasn't been able to be fitted in, or for comments and progress updates, so you can enter those in. Now these concerns and strategies, they're actually tied to the reporting period. So if you've entered these in over time, you can actually see a history of these concerns and strategies over time as well. The action plan and actions complete underneath, they are persistent, so they stay with the student when they're entered, and you may need to update that over time as well. Okay, so that was the manual entry way of doing this, but what we can do is do this using an Excel form, so a template here. So I've got my 11 students who are considered at risk, and I can choose this at-risk export. Before I do that though, I'm just going to jump to the settings page and just have a quick look at a setting which is about the at-risk exports. So here it is on the front general tab here, at-risk exports, at-risk subjects only. So at the moment I've got that checked, or we can uncheck that. So we'll just go back to the profile and back to the at-risk view to explain what that means. Here we are on the at-risk profile again. So if I was to click this at-risk export with that option checked, at-risk subjects only, it will export now an Excel file per teacher for just these 11 students and only for the subjects that they are failing in. So I'll just click this now. It's telling me what's going to happen. And in my TrackEd Docs folder, it's actually generating those files. So that's the at-risk subjects there. And this middle section here, it's a number in my files, but that would actually be your staff ID. So when I pull that up for that particular staff ID, there is only just one student that matches that criteria there. And so in these Excel files, you've got one saved per teacher, and their ID is in the name of the file. They would only have the students that are failing in their classes in this file here, and all they need to do is fill in, so work ethic, yes, that's an issue. Assessment not on track, yes, that's an issue. And I'm using detentions and classroom strategies, and I do have a progress update box here that I can fill in as well. So we just save that file and we do a at-risk import to bring that information in, and that would actually just populate these concerns and strategies. So that teacher would fill in theirs, all the other teachers would fill in theirs as well. Once they're all filled in and maybe returned to a network drive, you can go to this import page, have a look for the at-risk subjects import here, and you drop in the files there. So 2 options: you can insert file, or you can just drag and drop the files in there as well, and then press the import. That'll go through the import process, and like I say before, update that at-risk profile with the concerns and strategies as per those imports.